First alert weather days, 5 of them this week. It's been absolutely brutal these past few days in Michiana, and while most of us have been trying to beat the heat, dozens of people living in a trailer park in South Bend are feeling the heat in more ways than one. 16 News Now I-Team's Caroline Clapp went to the Countryside Village trailer park in South Bend earlier this week. Caroline, a woman who lives there actually reached out to you. She says she's afraid people are actually going to die, huh?
That's right, George. I had multiple people come up to me and my photographer thanking us for being there to tell this story. Now, come July 1st, they say they could be fined or forced out of their homes if they don't get rid of their wall AC units. In the intense heat we've been feeling this week in Michiana, people depend on the cool indoors. I went to Countryside Village Trailer Park in South Bend on Tuesday, a day you definitely would not want to be outside. It is intensely hot out here right now, 91 degrees with a feels like of 99. Walking around the complex, it's not hard to spot a window AC unit. They are everywhere. And come July 1st, those AC units could cost the people living inside these trailers more money and potentially their homes. When did you receive this letter?
Last week.
I sat down with two ladies who live at Countryside Village. They own the trailers they live in and pay a lot rent to Yes Communities, which owns the land. One woman I talked with has lived in the trailer park for years. Violations will be issued and lease non-renewals may occur. So they're saying that they may fine you if you don't comply with this. It turns out the people living in the trailer park had to sign a community guidelines agreement along with their lease. It states on page 5 that all window AC units are not allowed.
They won't tell you why they want us to take them out. You know, I know that they want to make the park look nicer, but they're trying to do it at the expense of people's health. And that's not right.
And as the summer heat ramps up, the company is moving forward with enforcing that policy.
We got elderly people that live in here, sick people that live in here, and they could die. I mean, some people that's never lived in a trailer, they don't understand how hot it's like living in a tin can.
I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and my doctor physically wrote me a doctor's note that I have to have an AC unit in my trailer.
Another person who lives in the trailer park shared a copy of a letter with me dated on March 14th of this year. It says, no window AC units are allowed as of May 1st. Please plan accordingly. But the women I talked with say they don't have other options.
I would love to have central air, but I can't afford it.
I asked the women why they believe the company won't allow window AC units. They say Countryside Village is trying to force them out.
I think that they would like to push us that have the older trailers out so that they can tear them down, and because they get more money off the new trailers. It's like nobody wants to listen to us. You call corporate, they don't listen.
I also called corporate, but not before I went into the office at Countryside Village to ask why they won't allow window AC units.
I'm the community manager.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, you can call this number right there.
Okay, so you can't give any comment to the air conditioning situation?
Have a nice day.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. When I called the corporate number,
we have been experiencing higher than normal call volumes, but will attend to each call as quickly as we can.
I was sent to voicemail and left a message. Meanwhile, people living at Countryside Village are dreading July 1st.
This is the beginning of summer, and, you know, people will die.
I reached out to the mayor's office in South Bend. They referred me to an Indiana code which says local units of government may not regulate the landlord-tenant relationship. So essentially the residents' only recourse here is a civil suit. We will be going back on July 1st to see what happens from here, George.
And mention was made of these people feeling like perhaps they're being forced out. What happens when somebody does move out of the complex?
So what they're telling me they're seeing happen is the old trailer getting taken away, a new trailer coming in, and then the company charging rent I checked the website for Yes Communities, and they're starting at about $1,300 a month.
Okay.
They're only making $500 a month off of the lot fee.
And these people are they're owning their own trailers.
Right.
So, yeah. Tomorrow is the first of the month, which also brings a deadline for people living at the Countryside Village Trailer Park. They must either get rid of their window AC units or risk being forced out of the trailer park. 16 News Now's I-Team's Caroline Clapp went back out to the trailer park today.
It's dangerously hot out here. The temperatures can reach in the hundreds inside these trailers.
Find another solution to cool your home. That's what the owners of trailers at Countryside Village in South Bend have been told since at least September of last year. Many people in the mobile home park own their trailers but pay a lot rent to Yes Communities. Yes Communities owns hundreds of parks across the nation. The company's community guidelines tenants are instructed to sign along with their lease states window AC units are not allowed. And now Yes Communities is cracking down on that policy at Countryside Village. Tuesday will mark 1 week since we came to Countryside Village for that original story. And in that time, it appears a lot of people have taken those window AC units out.
Because they're being forced to, in fear of being fined and maybe losing their homes.
Stephen Dempsey is a renter at Countryside. He has central AC, but feels for his neighbors who do not.
I think it's a little unfair. I think they're putting a lot of pressure on people unfairly, especially a lot of the longtime residents that are on fixed incomes. They can't afford to just go buy a whole brand new air conditioner unit.
He echoes the main concern many people have shared with me, that people who can't afford an alternative could die.
Especially for an older resident, anybody with any kind of health issues, it can be dangerous.
2 people who live at Yes Communities trailer parks in Iowa reached out to me. One woman saying she also took hers out. She says in part, I had to replace mine with a portable AC unit that will only cool one room. My window AC would cool my whole trailer. I hate living here because of them, but I'm too old and too poor to get out. I talked with another Yes Communities resident in Iowa on the phone. She says moving is not a simple option for most people.
When you get a predatory tone in your lease because somebody has a vision in their mind of how they want things to look, they're not recognizing the severe potential for someone to get sick or even die. And I hate to be Yes Communities on the other side of that part of the equation.
Caroline Clapp reporting tonight, and she's following up on this one tomorrow. Now, a big question a lot of these people are asking is why on earth the owner of the trailer park, Yes Communities, is banning window AC units. Everybody has them, right? We've called, we've emailed, we've stopped by the local office. Nobody is giving us any information whatsoever. We're also waiting to hear now from the Indiana Attorney General's office. Well, relief for some people living in a South Bend trailer park. After our 16 News I-Team exclusive, Feeling the Heat, a local company has donated portable air conditioning units. 16 News Now I-Team's Caroline Clapp was there as those units were installed.
July 1st is a big day for people living at Countryside Village. For some of them, they are feeling relief. However, there are over 300 lots in the park, so those living in trailers without central air may still be feeling the heat.
There's a big difference. I'm not sweating anymore.
Cool air bringing pure joy on this Tuesday.
I kept, going over and looking at it, and it's like, wow.
1 week ago today, I sat down with this woman for the first time. She was fearing the looming deadline of July 1st, a day her window AC unit must go.
It was cooler outside than it was in here. I mean, I was sweating.
But now, cold air from a portable AC unit is flowing through her home.
I really appreciate it, and I'm so grateful.
After our first story aired last Thursday, a local company reached out to me offering to donate 7 units to people living at Countryside Village. And on the day of her deadline, a crew came out to install it for free.
Well, thank you so much.
Right.
I really appreciate it.
It was great meeting you. No problem.
That unit behind you, that cost $600. What does that mean to you?
I'm beyond words.
We went to another woman's house who received one of the donated units. Being in here without it, what would that be like?
Like a sardine in a tuna can.
Talk to me about what that's like to live on a fixed income and have something like this come up.
Scary.
7 people are getting free portable air conditioning units installed here in Countryside Village. Truly life-changing for them. However, I talked with South Bend Common Council member Sheila Needs-Godsky, and she says state law still needs to be changed.
It's just absurd. It is absolutely absurd to me that you're saying that someone cannot keep themselves cool, and we know how hot it gets here. When you're putting people's lives at risk for profit, you know, it's like profit over people. That's very concerning.
Needs-Godsky says she is reaching out to state legislators, asking them to take a look at this before the next legislative session in January.
I understand the tenant-landlord relationships, but this has to do with the health of a resident. Are we putting the health of residents above a law? Legislators I have talked to said this was not the intent of the law, not to endanger the health or life of people that they represent.
The woman I talked with says she hopes her neighbors who can't afford a replacement will be okay in the meantime.
A few of us got help, but you know, the other rest of them, I mean, their trailers are going to be very hot. I think they're more about money than caring about their residents.
Councilmember Needs-Godsky's husband, Indiana State Senator David Needs-Godsky, has sent a letter to the Indiana Attorney General's office urging him to step in. A rep from the Attorney General's office told me on Monday that people can file a complaint with the AG's office. As we reported, Yes Communities owns several hundred trailer parks across the nation. They have yet to respond to my story for a comment.
And that was our Caroline Clapp reporting. As this story continues to develop, and Caroline will certainly stay with it, we will continue to update you both here on air and online.